The Lord be with you. What a gift, what a treat, what a delight. It is truly a gift to be gathered here for simple gifts. Our theme for Advent this year has been from generation to generation. And our grandparents' hands has become a working theme as a part of this, and how with each generation we lose some things and some people and some memories, and we also gain as each generation takes these rituals and traditions and passes them on. And for 2 years, we have not been able to gather for simple gifts. We, of course, used to gather downstairs in the fellowship hall and have a big family dinner for Christmas. For 2 years, we couldn't gather in that kind of larger group, and this year we decided that we weren't quite ready for a big gathering in the fellowship hall with a meal, and yet the ritual and the tradition can continue. Having lost some people and some parts of the ritual this year, we pick it back up with new friends, new chosen family, and some new rituals. So it is really, really a gift just to be here after all that we have been through the past 2 years. So along that theme, I am told that this is year 27. 27, 2 years taken off, and we gather here for our 28th Simple Gifts. Part of the way we do that is the way that Simple Gifts has been started every year for those 26 years with a piano piece by Terry Owens. And at the same time, we are super excited to have Jen Wolfe as a new part of this rhythm and this ritual and routine. So again, something old and something new as we continue on as a family of faith. So you're very, very welcome here. Another tradition that we have is that very often, if not every single one of those years, Scott Merrill serves as our MC to walk us through this blessed family and chosen family tradition. So friends, let us receive simple gifts.
Hi guys, I'm back again. I think it is 27 years actually, and we've had one artist who has played all 27, right? And you know who it is, it's Terry Owens. I wasn't sure this year, right? Because as you know, his dad passed away this past week, and I didn't know if we were gonna be able to see him. He would like you all to know that he dedicates this to his dad. He plays Amazing Grace, and I remember him as a little child sitting up on the organ bench watching Walter Ross, who was our director of music at that time, and he would watch his fingers and his feet, and Walter would kind of take him under his wing. How amazing it has been that he has stayed with that all of these years. So Terry, welcome, and we look forward to your wonderful piano work. Now that's how to start a show. Next up, we have someone who hasn't played all of those years, but she grew up in this church, so we've watched her artistry grow ever since she was a little girl. And every now and then, some of us get the joy of being one of her colleagues in one of these tunes. I think she's been here all of, 2 days since school, right? So she's managed to put this together with Jen. This is Sarah Francis, and playing the viola, as we all know, and this will be an Appalachian tune known as I Wonder as I Wander by John Jacob Niles. You know, no Advent season is really complete without that piece. Beautiful. Okay, 1917. A guy by the name of Harry T. Burley sat down and he composed a group of, choir can't answer, quiz question for the congregation, African American spirituals. And it was a pretty amazing collection because until that time, they'd never been compiled in one work. And I actually have one of the old books of Harry T. Burley. On page 14 of that book is a piece, Steal Away, a wonderful, wonderful African-American spiritual. Here is my colleague in the bass section, Gene Crenshaw, to sing it for us.
Steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord calls me trumpet sounds within of my soul. I ain't got long to stay here. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord calls me, He calls me from the lightning. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay here. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here.
Thank you, Gene. So if you notice, we actually have 3 hymns to sing today. One of them is not a Christmas carol. I wonder which one that is. It's coming up next. This is a shaker tune, and we have our dynamic duo of Anders and Bruce to help us lead along in this. If you see underlined words in your, in your program, watch out. That means there's a tricky rhythm, so beware. Jen was kind enough to underline the words so that we'll know to stay on the rhythm.
So I think most of us will know this, and if you don't, you'll know it pretty quickly as we get going. And while it's not a traditional Christmas song, if you look through the words, they fit pretty well with Christmas. To be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. When we find ourselves in a place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and love. And choose Christmas Day to bear and to bear, we shan't be ashamed to turn your heart to love to return is a gift to be caught and a richer blessing. When we wish others that we try to love each day, then we'll all live together and learn to say, and choose this day to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. Turn, we'll be on a light till by turning. To have friends and a true friend to be, 'tis a gift to think of others, only think of me. And when we hear what others really think and really feel, then we'll all live together with a love that is real. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank
you. And I very much appreciate that nice low key. It's kind of you guys to have mercy on me for a change. Yes, that was wonderful. Okay, so For those of you that had the blessing this past May, you were going to be here in the congregation and you would have heard a wonderful women's trio of a piece from Elijah called Lift Thine Eyes. Our next guests are two of the three of that ensemble that are going to come up and sing for us. So this is Emily and Rebecca, and we're going to do Coventry Carol. And when you see Mrs. Grant wandering around, just mention that, she'd really fit in well in the choir. Just saying. No pressure or anything, just saying. So our next artist is a well-known musician in this congregation. Sam, I think we've seen with piano. I think we've seen with trombone. He sings in the choir. He always has something going on musically. And what he has said to tell you is the only thing I'm supposed to say about this next piece is that it is "O Holy Night."
So when the idea of me playing on the piano came up, I thought, well, maybe I better try singing it first. See if I can still sing it. So let's try and see. So this is not a part of my main musicality. I think it'll be fun to try. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin, despining,
Say, Sam, where's the trombone? That's next, isn't it? So, yeah, so we got 2/3 of the trifecta there. Maybe next year we get the trombone on O Holy Night. So our next, our two artists are two of my very favorite pianists and accompanimists. One that has played with us for many, many, many years, Marianne Bloom, and then, of course, our newest talented artist, Jen Wolfe, doing a piano duet of What Child Is This? So growing up, I was told those were called four-hand duets. And when you sit up here and you see four hands moving the piano, it's just amazing. That was absolutely beautiful. So, so, so nice. So it's time for another quiz question. As you might know, it's a congregational hymn, so that means it's time for a quiz question. I was going to give you an easy one, which was what is the melody for What Child Is This? But that was too easy because everybody knows it's Greensleeves. So we're going to make this a little harder. So this was, the lyrics for this were penned by William Dix in 1865 when he was suffering from an illness and wasn't sure he was going to live. It's alleged that he actually wrote it on Christmas Day. There's some dispute. Some think it might have been an Epiphany, but regardless, it was somewhere around this time period. So the quiz question is this. What did William Dix do for a living? Answer, he was not a composer or not, well, I guess he did pen some hymns. No, he was not a lawyer. Anybody want to take a guess? No, you'll never get this. He was a furniture salesman. All right. Our congregational hymn, What Child Is This? Take it away, guys.
Jan, Marianne, that was beautiful. Makes you want to sing it, doesn't it? What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's majesty?
You guys don't sound like furniture salesmen to me. Nice job, guys. Okay, something new this year. This is a first for us, I do believe. We have a dramatic reading, which has actually been authored by Patty Sprinkle, and we all get to play a part in this, as you will see. You're going to have to follow along with the choir, and then you'll see the plan. So Patty is going to read a piece entitled "The Almost Missed Christmas."
You haven't seen me in my reading glasses. Okay, everybody, said the angelic choir master. We have a gig on earth and a song to learn. Let's run through the new song, then I'll explain the rest. The choir lifted its voice. Perfect, of course, but a voice rang out from the bass section. What does that mean, goodwill to all people on earth? Good question, Fidelis. The Blessed Trinity is sending Jesus to earth to live for a time. He will tell them God loves them and show them how they are meant to live. Then he will invite them here if they choose to believe and follow him. Invite them here? I don't mind having the cream of their crop in heaven, but all of them? Some of them are awful. The choir master shrugged. The decision has been made. Fidelis rose. Well, there goes the neighborhood. I'm not singing. He stomped out. The choir master sighed. Okay, here's the drill. 5 hours after earthly sunset, we will appear over Bethlehem. Bethlehem, Gloria objected from the alto section. I never heard of Bethlehem. You mean Rome or Jerusalem? No, Bethlehem. We are to sing for a small group of earthlings. Oh, said Gloria, a select gathering of shepherds. Shepherds? Smelly earthlings who live with sheep? Look, I didn't plan this event. I'm just announcing it. I will appear first to make the announcement, and when I say, a Savior who is Christ the Lord, you all gather around me, but don't turn on your radiance until I say, you will find the babe lying in a manger. That's your cue to light up and sing. Gloria laughed. A manger? Earthlings feed animals in mangers. The word you mean is palace. My script says lying in a manger. Gloria hurled her music to the floor. I don't know who planned this, but if Jesus were really going to earth, it would be more dignified. I am having nothing to do with this. She stomped out. The next evening, 4 shepherds peered at the night sky with eyes as round as bread loaves. 3 spoke at once. Ezra, did you see what I thought I saw? Jonathan, did you hear what I thought I heard? Matthew, man, who were those guys? They were enormous. Ben shook his head. Don't let's tell anybody. They would think we're nuts. Do you reckon we ought to go to Bethlehem and check it out? Asked Jonathan. Just what I was thinking, agreed Ezra. Maybe Matthew could stay with the sheep. No way, said Matthew. Those sheep aren't going anywhere, and those guys might come back. So. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've lost a page here. It's here. Well, where is it? Okay. All right, they're getting ready to go to Bethlehem. Ben can stay, said Jonathan. Ben shook his head. If everybody else is going, I'm going. I'll drop off laundry on the way home. Good old Ben, said Ezra. We're seeking a Savior and you're delivering laundry. Ben huffed. It's right on the way. Why do one thing when you can do 2? 3 of the shepherds hurried toward the village. In a stable, they found a mother and a father and cherubs peering in awe into the manger. Look, whispered one of them. He's waving his little hands at us. He knows us, said the other cherub. Hello, Jesus. The shepherds gazed for a time at the loveliest baby they had ever seen, then hurried out to share the good news. When the sun was high in Bethlehem the next morning, the angel Fidelis literally bumped into Gloria on the street. You here? she demanded. Fidelis gave a sheepish grin. I got to thinking, if the Blessed Trinity wants to welcome earthlings to heaven, who am I to object? It is his heaven. But why are you here? The event sounded undignified, so I didn't sing either. But who am I to question what the Blessed Trinity does? Maybe everything doesn't have to be dignified. She sighed, but I've looked all over, and I cannot find that baby. Ben passed, muttering, who knew there were so many stables in Bethlehem? Phew, said Fidelis, from the smell of him, he's a shepherd. Gloria touched Ben's arm. He stared from her to Fidelis. Hey, didn't I see you? He pointed to the sky. You sure looked a lot bigger. We condense when we come to earth, said Fidelis, and we didn't sing. We're here now, and we're lost. Lost in Bethlehem? After flying all around the universe? We don't fly around the... Never mind, we're looking for a baby. In a manger, added Gloria. Yeah, I'm looking for him too, said Ben. Gloria was puzzled. Are you the only shepherd who came? No, the rest hurried here, but I had something to do on the way. Fidelis stared in amazement. You were told to go see the Son of the Most High, and you had something else to do on the way? Yeah, said Ben. He looked at the toe of his sandal, which was circling the dust. We weren't willing to sing, Gloria reminded Fidelis. He sighed. Do you think we will ever find him? Are we too late? Gloria cocked her head. What was that sound? A baby! Ben ran down the street as fast as he could, but the angels got there first. Fidelis peered into the manger, fell to his knees, and wept huge angelic tears. Jesus, Son of the Most High, forgive me for despising those you love. Gloria knelt beside him to whisper, Jesus, forgive me for not singing. Wherever you are, there is dignity. Ben sidled to the manger to gaze down at the tiny face. Little baby, I am so sorry I didn't hurry. I wish I had. The child smiled, and that stable was filled with a light that has never gone out to this very day.
Okay, it's time for another quiz question because we have a congregational hymn. The one guy I can guarantee you who knows the answer to this was here today playing the organ, Tom Lohr. And the question is, who in this building right now, who would you think of as the person who would find this to be his or her most favorite Christmas carol? Let's have some answers. Who might it be? They're here right now. I know it's this person's favorite Christmas carol, and it's easy for me to know that. Yes. Of course. The first Noel with a cool arrangement, so sing the melody. Don't try to sing a harmony. Now it really feels like Christmas. Okay, but it's not going to feel as Christmassy as it's going to be in a minute when you hear Jingle Bells, because this is really, really, really cool. Any questions? Next up, a choir piece, Carol of the Bells. Alas, we have come to the end of the program. It's too bad. I could use about another couple of hours of this, actually. But we're going to end with any instrumentalist. So where's that penny whistle anyway? In the car, if you got a kazoo, anybody got a kazoo, you know, flute, whatever it is, get it out here, join the gang. All right, Anders, take it away.
So we found out that in 27 years of if that's okay.
Amen. So first off, we've got a couple announcements, but before then, let's have a hand for everybody that sang or played here today. How nice was that? Or read. So every, yeah, the MC. Another year, that's great. So a couple things. First off, you never know what you're going to stumble into when you show up in this church and kind of off hours, right? So I stumbled in here yesterday to bring some chairs and tables back that I had borrowed, and I run into Petey Zabo and her granddaughter, Judy Colby, and some others down there, and they're making the most amazing arrangements. I'm like, what's the deal with this? Well, guess what? That's a simple gift for all of us that she has made, she and her folks. So make sure you pick one up. There's some there, and there's some over on the other side. And Petey, thank you so much for that. They are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. A non-sung and non-played special gift. Thank you. Fellowship Hospitality Committee. I don't know who they all were, but they were there working very hard, and they're very beautiful. All right, that's one thing. And the second thing is, let's not forget, we have some cookies and some cider out here, and then from there we can just hang out in the courtyard and enjoy them and catch up. And thank your favorite artist for their song or tune today. So thank you all very much, and have a wonderful afternoon. See ya.